you can handle. And that goes back to the same story of foreign countries taking on American debt when they don't have the ability to create dollars, and they can only create their own domestic currency, but then their debt levels become big enough that the dollar protectors, the IMF, the World Bank, these are all dollar-centric entities, and they come in and say, we don't like your debt. So they downgrade your currency, and then suddenly you can't service your U.S. debt. Okay, and then that's when they harvest and take everything real of real value that you have in exchange for dollars that they printed up out of thin air. And that's the real story of banking. And that's the real story of globalism. Okay, because if you're running such a racket, of course you'd want to extend it to the whole world. Because the world's your oyster. You have the ability to create money out of thin air. And anywhere this is practiced, this is the result. And that's a fact. Look around you. Look at the world we live in. The whole world is hooped with debt. And it's never going to get better. Living conditions are never going to improve. Everybody making their nut, it's just going to become more and more difficult because you're going to have to pay more tax because the debt is never going to be retired. The debt that's been created can never be retired. And the only way governments have been able to stay solvent is that they now have negative interest rates attached to a lot of their new debt. So it's called money for free. So they get your money for free, and then they create more money out of thin air and hide it from you and don't acknowledge they've done it. And they get that for free too. But that's banking. That's what banking is. It's the biggest racket on the planet.